Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Kubera chapters 89, 90, and probably 91. I think I'm going to do 3 chapters and just hold myself there. I said I was going to take this week off from doing Kubera reaction so that I could do a review, but this is Tuesday. Yesterday on Monday, which is my normal Kubera day, I spent a couple hours taking notes, preparing for the review, and honestly, I didn't even make it like halfway through the arc, so I was like, okay, I've spent a couple hours and it's going to take a bit longer to do the review, so I'm just going to do a reaction just because I don't want to make you wait even longer for more Kubera stuff, and I don't want to wait any longer for more Kubera stuff. So for the next 4 weeks, I'm just gonna do 3 chapters a week, finish out Season 1, and while I'm doing that, I'll also be working on not just the review for AAA Rank Magician, but just reviews for more arcs in general, and I'll just post the reviews in addition to the reactions whenever they're done, and I'll finish out reacting to Season 1 and then probably take at least 1 week off from reacting, because I would love to do like a character ranking or a character tier list, whichever, like whatever format you all think you would prefer or would make for a better viewing experience for you, I'm fine with. But I'd like to at least do something like that, if not more Kubera stuff, and then we'll get into reacting to Season 2 straight away. Just maybe 1 week off from reacting, and even then it's not going to be a week off from Kubera, because I'm going to be doing other Kubera stuff. But I think that's it for the intro. So either way, let's start reading through this this new arc, the final arc of Season 1. And Season 1 feels like we're in a very odd space. It feels like I don't know where we go in 12 more chapters. I mean, that's still a lot of time, really, with the characters. Like, if anything, it feels like we're just going to make it to the next city for the ones that we're following, or the ones that we were at least following last segment of chapters, if we don't cut away again, the main Lee's group. And is that really the quote-unquote main group? Like, we know, or I know, that there are multiple main characters, but also kind of, at least for me, I view Lee's as like the cover character, the like main character. And that's going to make the character, like, ranking or tier list or whatever kind of difficult. Like, I feel like for a lot of series, there are characters I love, there are characters I like, there are characters I'm just sort of indifferent to. But for Kubera, I really love pretty much all of these characters. But not only do I love them, it's hard to compare them to one another for me, just because so many of them are so different, and the things going on with them are so different. It almost feels like they're in different stories sometimes. Like, there are clearly, obviously, connections between them, but at the same time, somebody like Sagara doesn't really know the ins and out of Lee's and Asha's relationship, or really know them at all at this point. Lee's doesn't have too much of a concept of what's going on with the Shura drama. Like, there's so many different characters going on that have so little interaction with one another, and the stories going on with them are so different. Even Ron right now is traveling with Lee's, and there's so much that has been going on with him that she has no idea of whatsoever. So it's very different, or they're very different characters, and it's hard to compare them to one another for me. But either way, let's get into reading. I don't want to leave you waiting any longer. Caustic's earrings broke. Let me see. I can't believe a god-level item just broke on its own. But it's only cracked. Does it not work at all? No, I can't even hide my fangs. How troubling. God-level items are naturally strong, and even if they break, they're immediately restored back to normal, since they share the same regenerative abilities as gods. But seeing as how these are not being restored, and he writes out, could it have something to do with Vishnu disappearing? That is possible. The primeval god Vishnu. Okay, so Vishnu is a primeval god. Hasn't been seen since the upheaval. As far as I know, god-level items don't get affected by a god's death or resurrection. And if a god has ceased to exist, their items should disappear with them. Wilrarv is, and it's kind of the opposite of how Shura were explained earlier in the series, where they're like, if a Shura's still alive, they'll regenerate whatever piece was taken off of them, and the piece that was taken off will disappear, but only if they're like dead will the pieces not disappear. So this is the opposite situation. Wilrarv is known to only have 9 items belonging to Vishnu, but none of them showed any abnormality since the upheaval. Just glancing at them to see if there's any we should, obviously know. And it's really cool. I know Kuriyama plans things out, way, way in advance, so we're probably going to end up seeing all of these at some point. And then, no, maybe the other items are being affected the same way right now. I'm sorry I can't help you on this matter, because it's out of my knowledge. And then, it's okay, I'll just be more careful from now on. Will you really be okay? It'll be the end if Lise or Ron finds out. If I get in the way of crossing the channel, I'll leave so you don't have to worry about anything. Man, I love Yuta. And then, Chapter 89, Lies for You 1. Wow, there's so many cool things here. Do you want to look around together, pick something out you like? I'll buy it for you. Really? Thank you, Agwen. And now we see Cossack looking on. What a great sight. I'm glad they're getting along. I thought Agwen wouldn't remember me, but I was surprised to see how she behaved the same as she did when she was younger. She dragged me into a hat shop and put hats on me without asking my opinion. I see her habits are still the same as when she was younger. Oh, it's Mr. Cossack. Should I ask for his autograph? Forget it. You shouldn't ask when he has his horns out. You should only approach him when he's with Agwen. Oh, really? And Chess is noticing what they're saying. What are you going to do about Agwen? You guys are father and daughter. You can't just not talk to each other like this. It doesn't seem too serious. I think if you just apologize... Hey, are you listening to me, Cossack? You don't know anything. Huh? She's only like that on the outside. She flinches whenever I approach her without my earrings on. Yet she says, I'm okay, Dad. If I try to talk to her, she'll just say that she's fine. But an answer like that won't solve anything. And he smiles. You're very different from the dragons I know. If you can think like that, you're not completely emotionless. Maybe it's because you're a half. So you're saying it was the earrings that kept things okay between you two until now? Yes. It would look strange if Cossack was the only one talking, so they're speaking in Shura tongue. And you threw away the oh-so-important earrings, right? I didn't throw them away. I'll get them back, I think. What do you mean, I think? And then, pow, he gets hit. Oh yeah, I think that might have just been Agwen slapping him? I can't tell. Whatever, from now on, I'll follow you guys from behind, so you go first. That's your reason for being here, no? Okay. You want me to act as a buffer between you two, right? Fine. Princess helped me enter the city and even bought me a hat. This is the least I can do, least I can do for her. I really like Chess already. Don't call her Princess, and he gets pissed off. Why? You call her Princess as well. I can call her that because she's my princess, but you... Anyway, just call her by name. Cossack, isn't you being emotionless is a lie, isn't it? And now we have the 50k and 51k markers that they were at. People who use magic without calculations. Yeah, I heard there are people who can do that, but Asha said calculations were necessary. Do you know anything about that? Of course I know. I'm one of them. And then she's shocked. Don't you think you're being overly surprised? What kind of person did you take me as? A boatman? Anyway, I'm serious. I don't use any calculations. I only studied that stuff because it was on the exams. That stuff isn't necessary at all, which results in lack of accuracy. Hey, I get us this far through the channel. Changing the course of the boat isn't hard at all. Ron Sairafe, you look like the type of a magician who freezes a part of his own body when using the Mavati Varana spell. Am I wrong? And then, what the hell? Did he do a background check on me or something? Seems it was only a guess, but it seems I was right. How pathetic. Hey, it was just a mistake. I'm only a rank double B because I'm still in college, but my test scores are really high. I'm sure they're lower than mine. No, I bet I scored higher. Want to bet? Okay, how much you want to... Don't do it! Sorry I cut myself off so abruptly. There was a bunch of noise, so I was trying to see what it was, but I have no idea. And then, no, do not take the bet. Do not take the bet, Ron. This is a bad idea. 10,000 gold? Okay. What is this unimaginably high number? We'll check our scores at the Magician's Guild in Calibloom. Fine, let's do that. I'll go with you all the way to Calibloom. Sorry to interrupt, Asha, but are there any tests to see if you can use magic without calculations? Huh? Tests like that exist? There are no standard tests, but in introductory topology, there's a method that allows you to find out. Hoti Brahma. And then, how many times are you going to use creation magic in a day when you don't even have a creation attribute? Practice makes perfect. Don't be jealous, just practice. The daily usage limit of spells increases with practice. Huh, you act like I don't practice. I get it. It's that question, right? I'll explain it. I love giving people this kind of questions. Hey, kid, answer this. Look at this loop. And then we have splashing. There are people. There are people over there. Huh? There must be another team or something. Yuta looks over. Finally, we found some people. What area is this? This is Area 50. Didn't you get here by looking at the signs? Something's wrong with the channel right now. The signs are useless from Area 51 and on. Anyway, thank goodness we got to Area 50. You guys must be going to Misty Shore. No, actually, we're heading to Calibloom. We entered from Misty Shore. But you came from the other way. That must mean the problem's too serious to cross the channel. Yes, it's too dangerous from Area 51 onward. The signs are completely useless. They lead you to totally different areas from what they're showing. In addition to that, there's no order of numbers. It's all random. Out of nowhere, you're at Area 80, then Area 100, then back to Area 70. It's a complete mess. We should have gone through already, but when we saw the sign for Area 100, we thought we were almost there, and our party originally had 13 members. The number of Shuras were unbelievable, and only Gentharva Shuras are supposed to appear here, but there were all kinds of strange Shuras as well. They were all covered in black and didn't have a definite form. All of them had different shapes. At first we thought we were just they were just strange-looking Gentharva Shuras, and since we had over 10 magicians, we thought we could take care of them if we all used magic at once, but all our magic failed. All your magic failed. I told you, we can't handle any area that's higher than number 51. What can we do when our magic just doesn't work? Let's go back. Ron Syrafe, stay calm. I'm thinking. What is there to think about? We have to go back. And Yuta's reacting. So, I wonder if they're related to how Yuta is like, sort of, isn't he half chaos and half chaos, half Garuda? Oh, sorry, I'm not 100% remembering his other half. I'm pretty sure it's half Garuda, half chaos. So I wonder if it's related to that. If it's... Because I don't think any of the Shura that we know about, there are 8 clans, right? I don't know if any of them are just dark shadows. No matter how far you run, you'll still be in the palm of my hand, my son. Garuda, Shuri, Vishnu, none of them can stop me. You're a masterpiece made just for me. I cannot allow you to be accompanied by others, so come back to your mother's side. Okay, so I wonder if I was right about what he is a half between, and again, sorry if I'm misremembering, then Garuda should be his father then, because he is the one sibling of Marana, right, that was sent to... I think he was sent to Shuri, right? So this then, the mother must be the Chaos God? And then, if you leave this place, you'll be alone no matter where you go. That's because that's the way I've made you to be. So maybe they aren't even Shuras at all. They're some sort of creatures of chaos. And we're going to get into, like, yeah, we have Shuras, but we're going to get into maybe the concept of, like, some sort of creatures that the gods can create, like some sort of familiars or something. Who knows? Either way, though, that's like really interesting stuff. I am really into these characters, and since we're getting into the last arc of the season, I'm kind of just expecting some serious stuff to go on right here at the end. Okay, I can't wait to see what happens next, so let's go to Chapter 90. Okay, time for Chapter 90. We start with Asha. 62F. It's Area 62 this time. Then let's head back again. Ugh, just the melting chibi-lees. I'm so sick of this. It's already the 40th time we've been on this path. Hey, do you really think we'll be able to get to the end of the channel by doing this? Yes. Although it's still at a stage of uncertainty. What's that supposed to mean? Based on how the areas make appearance irrelevant to the signs, there's a possibility that the tunnels are connected to others at random, except the ones connecting Area 50 and 51. My head hurts. I'm not gonna listen. Thanks, Lise. If tunnels really lead to random areas, it's possible for us to get to Area 100 if we keep going back and forth from one area to the other. There's no need for us to pass through many areas and risk the chance of running into Shuras. I have also considered the possibility that each tunnel is linked to a defined set of areas. Okay. I see. But judging by the tunnels we've encountered, and it seems like, so logically it wouldn't make sense to just keep going back and forth between areas. You would still just go back and forth between the same ones. But we also know that in Kubera, the space can be manipulated. Like, space doesn't have to work logically. I've also considered the possibility each tunnel is linked to a defined set of areas, but judging by the tunnels we've encountered so far, it's highly possible that tunnels connect to all areas from Area 51 to 100. But of course, if we don't find Area 100, no matter how many times we do this, we'll have to change our plan. You have it all wrong. Getting to Area 100 isn't the problem right now. Even if we get lucky and end up at Area 100, what are we going to do if we run into the mysterious Shuras that the other people were talking about? Magic doesn't work on them, so how are we? Well, think about it when we get there. Wow, so irresponsible. I can run away even without using magic, but what makes you so confident? Aren't you basically useless without magic? She closes her eyes. As long as you listen to my instructions, I promise that no problems will occur inside the channel. Chapter 90 lies for you, too. 93F. What the? It's Area 93 again. It's already our third time here. That was our 100th attempt, yet we've never been to at Area 100. So what? That's perfectly reasonable. The probability of reaching Area 100 in 100 attempts is... Stop. Don't calculate. Even I know something that basic. I'm just sad that we ended up with such an unlikely possibility. Do you have any idea, do you have anything to say about how we've spent the whole day walking around just to find nothing? Not really. We'll rest here and start again tomorrow. Tut-tut, I've given him all these hints, but he still isn't saying one word to Lise. Doesn't he see that she's exhausted when she's right next to him? And then the note, Lise is just hungry. Where'd Yuta go off to this time? Lise, did you give Yuta those chips? Yep. Ron, before I go to bed, let me take that test thing. Right. But we don't have the loops. I'm tired. Please handle it by yourself for once. I was just about to do that. It's his girlfriend who wants to take the test. Can he not even do that much for her? I don't see what all these girls see in a guy like this. Hoti Brahma. Whoa, they're huge. It's easier to explain when they're bigger. Okay, take a look at the ordinary looking loop. Imagine taking the edges and sticking them together, like this. If you do that all the way around, what does it become? Well, the shape of a tube. Okay, correct. Then what if you do the same to this loop over here? This loop's twisted. You can stick together a part of it, but wouldn't it be impossible to do it all the way around? Oh, you got it in one try. A lot of people don't get it until trying to do it themselves. Yes, I got it. Did you hear that, Asha? I got it right. Don't get too excited. Anyone who isn't dumb can figure that out. Really? I see. So it was an easy question. I thought it wouldn't work. I thought it would work, but it isn't working. But I don't think... Sorry. But I don't think they would have made us do something that we can't do. Rana, isn't the answer obvious? It's obvious? Why? Why don't I see it? I must be stupid. Actually, I don't get it either. Hey, don't just sit and watch. Do some gluing. Okay. Hey, Asha Rahiro, don't you think you're being a bit too harsh? When I was studying at the academy, most of the students had to try it before figuring out the answer. Does that make them all idiots? I was just judging by the standards of magicians. There may be students at the academy who don't see it right away, but there's no magician alive who doesn't know this. Is Lise a magician? I don't think so. There's no need to be so mean to a kid who just wanted to try out the test. You should be giving praise to to when they... And then just cold glare. Oops, did I cross the line? What if he thinks I'm interested in Lise or something? As a member of this team, I thought it would be best to have a better atmosphere. I have no interest in... Ron, I'm fine. Let's keep going. So, that wasn't the test question, right? Yeah, this is the test. In reality, it's impossible to stick all the edges all the way around, but it's still possible to imagine its shape. Of course, most people can only imagine an incomplete shape. There's an answer in topology textbooks, but it'd be impossible to draw an impossible shape, right? Meaning, the supposed shape drawn as the answer isn't the actual answer either. I see. It wouldn't be possible to draw it unless you made the shape intersect itself. And then Asha surprised. But if you made the shape intersect itself, it's different from the shape you get in your head. What an annoying question. I know the answer, but I can't describe it. What the hell? Are you really imagining a shape that doesn't intersect itself? Yes, their shape is in my head, but I don't know how to describe it, though. Wow, Asha, see? Lise thinks the same way as I do. I finally met someone who can sympathize with me. Asha, why do you not look surprised? Isn't this shocking? Lise can use magic without calculating. Huh? Really? You cannot become a proper magician without using calculations anyway. Using magic without proper calculations makes you a hazard to the people around you. And then at every chance, Asha just shutting him down. And I actually really love Ron. I love him sticking up for Lise and stuff. This guy, he's incapable of giving a compliment. He may be good looking, but his personality's out of this world. My goodness. If her boyfriend says stuff like this to her, the sad face bubble. See, she's so disappointed. Lise, how about starting off by learning a spell that wouldn't be hazardous to the people around you? Huh? That kind of magic exists? Of course. For example, a spell like Kubera. And of course, because it's Kubera, she's probably going to be unreasonably strong with it. And that's where we get hit with to be continued. Okay, one more for this week, because again, I don't want to go too crazy or anything right now, because I also want to do reviews and other stuff. So I'm just going to stick to 3, especially since I'm a day behind anyway. But though I'm sticking to 3, I'm excited to see what comes next. Again, I really like this stuff. We're getting deeper explanations of stuff. We're getting character stuff. I really, really like Ron. He's a character that at first I didn't know how I'd feel, but he just grew on me so quickly. He's just such a nice guy, and Yuda's so good. I love Asha, despite the fact that I do think there is some shadiness or manipulation going on from Asha to Lise, but I also think Asha has a very good reason for it. Man, and Lise is, of course, just very, very funny. It's so funny having the main character feel kind of like again, there's more than one main character, but the main character, having Lise feel kind of like the comedic relief in a lot of scenes. But yeah, let's go to 91. Now, 91 lies for you part 3. Something like Kubera. Just shock. What's wrong? It's nothing. I didn't expect my name to come up there. What kind of spell is Kubera? You don't even know that? What exactly does she know? Well, simply speaking, it's a spell that makes you stronger. I see, a spell that makes you stronger. Makes me stronger? It sounds like I'll be even less of a magician if I learn this spell. Why are you disappointed? Then let's leave that aside for now, and after you've learned some rapid calculations... No, what do you mean disappointed? If you teach me, I'll do my best. Okay then, first, what you have to think about before reciting a spell is... Yes, and... Yes. Asha, do you know how to use this magic too? And Asha's gone. Huh? Lies for you part 3. She went off to where Yuta is. You could have taught her. Do you want me, or do you not want her to use magic? You heard everything, huh? But why does it matter to you? I'm sorry, I won't say anything. I do think it would be better for her to use magic, but it would only be better for me. Only for me, and not for Lise. What do you mean? What do you think Lise, why do you think Lise is so enthusiastic about learning magic all of a sudden? Where do you think she heard about using magic without calculations, especially when we're in the middle of the water channel? And he hesitates. Just forget what I've just said. Although I know you'll keep quiet without needing me to say this. Even if. So, Asha can tell then. I didn't expect that. I didn't think that Asha would know about Kubera being around, but Asha has figured it out. Because again, yeah, Lise didn't know this, didn't bring this up at all before, but now, out of nowhere, in the middle of the water channel, separated from other people, Lise has learned about using magic without calculations. She's gotten more enthusiastic about learning magic. So, like, Asha knows that somehow she is receiving, like, whether it's coming naturally to her, whether, like, Kubera is actually lurking around talking to her, which is kind of like the truth, or whether she's receiving mental messages from Kubera. I don't know if Asha knows exactly how, but Asha at least can tell that, Lise is being fed information from somewhere else. At the very, very least. Even if she leaves out calculations, it isn't easy to understand magical theories. So it'll take Lise some time before she can actually use magic. Even if she's all excited about learning magic now, she'll complain when it gets difficult and... Hoti Kubera. She looks back. How nice. The most useless and bothersome pawn has got a useful skill now. Be glad, Asha. So, you're living for the dead. I'm living for the living. And that's why my wish is always the same. My only wish is for Kubera's happiness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then Asha goes back. Ah, Asha! I knew I wasn't ready. I tried shouting it out because the theory seemed so easy. You need to take it easy. I don't know if you get it or not, but you need to see what kind of magic it is before you give it a shot. Ah. Okay, look, I'm going to strengthen my arm. It takes a lot of vigor to strengthen many parts of your body at once, so you would normally strengthen your arms or legs. Hoti Kubera. You see, you have to at least know what form of magic it is. When it comes to magic, theory is important, but the image of it is also important as well. What the? The light that hovers around that guy. There's a certain kind of holy magic that strengthens the magician and makes them glow with a golden light. Wow, really? So that's how you changed colors? No, it's a bit different. That magic is an extremely simplified version of the original. Usually, it's used to strengthen one part of the body, rather than the whole. Strengthening the whole body uses up too much vigor, causing the magician to be exhausted fast. But of course that's only for normal people. I become like this every night, but it doesn't exhaust me at all. Yeah, that's right. He said there was a similar magic to his hair, so this was the magic he was talking about. What are you thinking about? You want me to explain the theory again? There's no way you can memorize it in one try. No, I get it. I can do it for sure this time. Okay, look. Hoti Kubera. And then nothing. Oh, is this the Hoti Kubera that only good people can see? Dad, why isn't it working? Hoti Kubera, Hoti Kubera, Hoti Kubera. And then, is it because of the wristband, the bracelet? That's enough. Just because you shout it out like that doesn't mean it'll work all of a sudden. What? Well, almost nobody gets it right the first time, so keep trying, kid. I'm not a kid. Stop talking and go to sleep. Okay. And then we have 100F. Oh my. Wow. We tried 100 times yesterday and it didn't work, but got it in one try today. It seems that luck may be on our side today. Yeah, things are going well from the start. This is questionable. Because they didn't find it all day, and then she got taught this stuff, and then they find it immediately. It almost makes me wonder if Kubera's the one manipulating this. Hoti Surya. The layout of Area 100 is also a lot different from how I remember. And you can't even see the whole place with one Hoti Surya. It's really big. Which can also mean that we might be lost here for a while, too. And if we meet that Shura while we're lost, it would all have been for nothing, just like the people we met at Area 50. Anyway, let's go. It's this way. Hey Kit, Lise, you're scared now, right? Speak for yourself, Ron. What'll you do without your magic? Please don't cry later on. And then Yuta's behind them all. That's strange. What is? The ceiling's completely black. I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, even though it's a bit dark, it's really strange. The sky you see in the channel is supposed to be blue like an ocean. Who cares? We just need to get through. Things seem rather quiet and nothing seems to be coming out. We'll soon be at the exit. Oh wow, we're finally at the end, Asha? Let's go straight to a restaurant when we get out. Okay. Yuta, what's wrong? You don't seem to be in a good mood. And he's startled. I'm fine, don't worry. Really? But you don't look so well. But what in the world is that Shura those people were talking about? I've never heard of magic failing on a Shura. Hey, Mr. Magician who says topology so easy, have you ever heard of anything like that? If magic doesn't work on it, I might have a clue to what it might be. There are almost no records of this tribe in the books, and they rarely made appearances in the human world. What? Are you saying that there's an unknown tribe? Yes. Even talking about the tribe is forbidden. They call it the Tribe of Chaos. You sure know a bunch. Where the hell do you even get information like that? What? Looks like the time's up. Use the Hodivarana again. No, it isn't time to stop yet. Huh? Then why did it... And then we see the eyes in the dark, and that is so cool looking. That's where we get to be continued. That is maybe the... Like, there have been a lot of cool panels of, like, Kasuk and Marina, but that might be the coolest panel in Kubera yet. Just the darkness with the eyes and the silhouettes of the hands, and the absolute size of it hovering over them. That is so terrifying and good. That is so cool. That's amazing. Okay. Really good set of 3 chapters. It felt like we got through the Lisa's intro to magic training portion and also like hints at the Chaos Tribe and everything. And now we've got through that. So the next few chapters, we're going to get into dealing with actually what this is. It's going to be so hard to wait. But, that's so cool. Either way, that's it. Thank you for watching this week. Sorry it's a little bit shorter, but again, I kind of want to do some other stuff too, and I'm already a little bit behind, so it's a little bit shorter, but thank you for watching. I loved these chapters. Man, Kubera's just so good. Kubera's quickly become, like, a favorite of mine. But either way, like if you like the video, comment down there, tell me what you thought of these 3 chapters, my thoughts and reaction, subscribe for more. Kubera, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. Again, I think I said subscribe for more Kubera and much more already, but please do. It would be nice to have more of you around. So it'd be wonderful. In addition to that, if you want to help support the channel, want to help me to continue to make videos, then you can drop a super thanks down below if you'd like to. But if you want shout outs at the end of every single video, and also to get One Piece videos a bit early, then you can join down below to become a channel member. You can go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already patrons and channel members. Thank you so much to Chosen Regular Evan Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono and Abyss Knight, Cherryton Students, David Langstaff and Folded Ghoul, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element Pateorial. One of you, I think, is close to moving up a crown. I think it may be FR Nono. I think FR Nono might be about to go up to a bronze one here. But either way, thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.